Hello friends and welcome to Train Fever. It's 1874. We've now been in game for 24 years. This is all good. And as ever, we're watching Departed 1865. And as you can probably tell by the amount of coal that is mysteriously floating down this hillside we're currently traversing, it's almost there. It's almost reached its destination, as has the rest of the wagon train, which is just behind us. In fact, some of it has got immediately to work because they're going to the good stop. So we're going to stay with this plucky fella as he completes his 10-year odyssey towards the coal mine. Last time around, what did we look at? We were expanding our train services once again out to Maryport, and we'll be swinging by there very soon to go and see how that's getting on. Financially, we're looking pretty sound. 2 million in the bank. Shall I pay down a bit of the debt? You know what? I will. I'm going to pay down some of the debt. Let's take it down to 5 mil. There we go. 5 million debt. That's going to be helpful. We've been in the green for the last 4 years running. This year is no exception. And our revenues have been rising, which is all very positive news. And with the arrival of this white elephant, this financial albatross, this misspend that we've kept in service for hilarity alone, then that should raise profits even further. Okay, so what are we going to do in today's episode? I'm not kidding. We are going to watch this thing till it arrives. What are we going to do in today's episode? Honestly, not decided yet. I think further expansion is a given that every episode we try to expand as much as possible. We still have the 1900 kind of goal of, I don't know what it is. I want to be as successful as possible by 1900. That's the goal. Exactly how that manifests itself, no idea. We will find out. Come on, we're almost there. Look, you can see it. He's going to come over this hill and there's going to be weeping and there's going to be joy from the invisible cart folk who have brought it all this way with beards that are now considerably longer than when they left. This really is quite an exciting moment. And it also means that basically if you set up, and this isn't even the two furthest apart areas on the map, if you don't build a direct line between, areas that are wide apart on a big map, it will take a horse and cart 10 years to get there. And that's just travelling the map-generated roads that the game came up with. I mean, that's a pretty lengthy journey right there. Later on, I'll put on the equivalent of a TFV, and whatever the US DLC equivalent of the TFV is, and see if we can get it done in maybe 3 months. But here we go. The excitement is palpable. There's even coal waiting. I mean, that's how much of a big deal this is. He has goods waiting for him, ready to be shipped, the second he enters this goods stop. Seriously, I hadn't expected it to take this long. Good God, these things move slowly. Here we go. Big moment. And cue the band. Yes, you're very clever. Very good. Congratulations, you're now being paid to do what I'm paying you to do. You're actually doing your job. And as we go back over the hillside, you're going to be high-fiving these other carts that have made the 10-year trek. Ah, yeah, indeed. A new passenger car is available. The irony would have been, of course, if there'd been a new road vehicle for hauling goods. It'd have got there, pick stuff up, immediately kind of go like, oh, and you're obsolete. Not so. Anyway, right, let's go do something more interesting than watching one cart on its solo trek across the world. Smashing. Okay, so that's going to start paying off now, finally. Right, let's go and introduce ourselves to Maryport. I'm sure you've heard of this place, or you certainly should have done if you've been watching this series. Right, what have we got going on? So we've got one leaving right now. Where are you off to? You are off to Neston, which is our latest addition to the family. And you're leaving at such a time that this train has only just arrived, with 32 passengers on board. So it will clear through relatively quickly. Interestingly, it shouldn't have moved yet. You're keen? So typically with signals, they won't change until the kind of the release signal has been triggered. But I guess, I mean, you know, I can forgive it, obviously, because there's no harm of any head-to-head action going on there. You need to get a wriggle on, because this chap is coming in from Holsworthy. And we don't want to keep them hanging around. Good. Anyway, making money, making money. What have we got waiting here? So, the 4 routes we've got coming out of Maryport right now is Holsworthy and Loftus. And, no, Maryport is the kind of the in-town service. And Clay Thingamajig, Cross. And Neston, which is the new one. All in all, pretty solid. Okay, what should we do? What should we do? Right, so, as discussed last episode, we've done the easy ones. We've done out to Loftus, to Neston, to Holsworth, and to Clay Cross. We'd obviously like to sort this junction out, but that will come in a future episode. Largely a future expansion. So if we turn our attention in the opposite direction, which I think is south. Yeah, southeast-ish. No, southwest-ish. Southwest-ish? Southwest-ish. Right, yes, okay. Right, yes, so here's our objective in the other direction, and of course the locals have decided to build houses directly behind the station, because they're helpful like that. You know, our targets to acquire are Southwick and Bingham and Ellesmere and Waltham Abbey. Perhaps even as far as Nuneaton, although that seems excessive, given that Waltham Abbey would be a stop on the way there. Okay, so Waltham Abbey, Ellesmere, Bingham, Southwick. Southwick is the closest, but it's got a big hill, to the extent that there is no going over that hill. We're only going to go through it. That's not cheap. Bingham, on the other hand, again, too hilly to really bypass the hills. Let's turn cargo off. It's cluttering things up a little. Okay, so I think instead of that, what we should look at is the potential other routes. And those potential other routes. So if we think about the kind of circles that we were talking about, or that I keep talking about, we're going to be thinking, all right, Clay Cross is going to do Deal and Skelton, and possibly Lostwithiel. So we probably need to come back through Clay Cross or somewhere. Interesting. That's an interesting route to think about. However, Southwick is an easier one. So we go Maryport, Southwick, Bingham, and then Ellesmere, and then back through it, especially if we've got a direct Ellesmere line in there. Ellesmere to Waltham Abbey is incredibly close together. That's by far and away the cheapest bit of track that I could set up, but it's not a mandatory one. I think Waltham Abbey Nuneaton might be the prize winner here. So we need a station there-ish, which is not going to make the Ellesmere connection an easy one. So we're talking about a line like that, I guess. Let's bring the station out and demonstrate. There we go. And it's already talking about... There you go. To you, Gov, 2 million to place the station. Yeah, about that. That's a bit expensive, isn't it? Do you not think that's a bit expensive? I don't set the prices, pal. We've got a cheaper alternative around here somewhere? Now, I could put the station in here. Now, that's only $500,000. It's still too expensive. Keep your finger away from the left mouse button, or you'll have bought it. And it would mean that we didn't do a direct service from Maryport to Waltham. Although I suppose we could, but it would be kind of a loopy. It would have a curve on it, which is not ideal. Here, however, it would be far less curvaceous. So maybe we abandon that as a plan for the immediate future, and we look for somewhere where the land is relatively flat. Everything's a bit slopey, isn't it? Alright, I think maybe Bishop Stortford to Eastwood. Nuneaton to Bishop Stortford. How does that look? Downhill is how that looks, which means a lot of land work in order to get that working. Alright, yes, okay, we can stay entirely on this side if we do it this way. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, cool. I've got 800,000 in the bank. That's possibly not enough. But, you know, when's that ever stopped me? Alright, let's road out here. Not entirely sure what I'm going to do with the bus line that we've got going. Coach line, I guess. We'll figure that out in a minute. Really, we're committing to this immediately? Yeah, and then I want to put another station on here. Then you've got both Bexley and Neston as possibilities. Even Guildford at a push. Okay, fine. Alright. Alright, give me a relatively 141. That looks promising. Let's have a look. 160. No, I like that. I like that. That's fine. Okay, good. Right, now down to the other end, Eastwood. Now, the easier side to go is this side here. Put a station along there. That makes this utterly painless. Well, why didn't I do that then? Why go down the other side and cause yourself the extra grief? Because of reasons. Because I want the option to go to Guildford, and that option is almost ruled out. Almost, but not ruled out. Okay, fine. I hope you enjoyed the me arguing with myself segments of the show, because, you know, it's kind of a fundament of what I do. But you knew that already. There we go. Right, yes, no. No, no, no. Not happy with that, but am happy with that. Okay, good. Right, track, station, platforms. Let's rock. Why are you 250 grand? That's more money than I want to spend. 170, however, is acceptable. Okay, bit of groundwork, but not substantial. So now it's just a case of you meet you. Something we have done time and time again in recent episodes. We're going to do time and time again in this episode too. Right. Down obviously isn't going to fly. Let's. Right, there's our destination. We want to let's corner here, and obviously I say this regularly, but you know, I'm going to make sure that everybody is on board with the scheme. All of this is pretty temporary stuff, because our goal is straight lines between stations as much as possible, in such a way that we can kind of build maximum speed and get services into their destinations as quickly as possible in all cases. And what we're doing right now is, because passenger services do rake in the cash early in the game, you know, they're not cheap to set up, but they do make you good money. Is we're quite happy building ugly track. And while this one is going to end up being relatively straight, actually, it is still going to be pretty ugly in terms of elevation. It's going to be up and down a lot. It's going to be like the engineers involved have never heard of a spirit level. $17, $15. Yes, 15, good. Right, okay, this is going to cost a little more, but it is getting us flush with the hillside, which I'm okay with. Alright, talk to me about completion. 182, that's not unreasonable. And it includes an automatic crossing of, you know what, it's worth the money. Worth the money. And then, like before, we will put a depot out at the end of here, just in case I decide to expand any further. And depots are relatively cheap. Alright, good darts. Let's Bishop Stortford to Eastwood. How uncanny is that? And I think what I need to do really soon is start to think about what the routes are definitely going to be that we want to get running, because I can get those built. There's no reason at all that I can't. So Bishop Stortford to Eastwood. Bishop's Eastwood. Yeah, let's go Bish East. Okay, right. Yes, do you need anything? No, you don't need to do anything else with that. Right. Cool. Buy us a train. Buy a train. We'll have one of those. No, not two. We didn't need two. Sell one back. Hopefully it made the money. 270. Yeah, we made all the money back. Concentrate, man. Right, 16 passengers in here. Weight is 25 tons. 20 tons. Running costs are more expensive. Can take more passengers. We're not going to max it out anyway. We'll stick with the old ones. Despite the fact they were only in service for another 4 years, I don't care. What are we looking for here? We're looking for Bish East. There we go. Set line. Off you go. And that's another train service running. Oh, yeah. Right, we now need to just have a quick think about how we're going to rationalise this this road network. I think it kind of suggests itself, doesn't it? And that means omitting. Oh no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. We can just insert one more stop, which is what we're going to do. Everything stops on the right. Which way around town is it going? I think we set everybody up clockwise, didn't we? This is Bishop Stortford. Why are you looking at existing lines? Oh, you're looking at... right, okay. Did I call it Stortford then? I did call it Stortford. Right, so yes, so we want to be on the, as we're looking at it, left-hand side of the road. Here we go. Come on, find a happy place. Right there. Good dart. Good. Stortford, bring up the route. Okay, so after North Street, which is there, we want to add another station, which is St John's Road, allegedly. Right, that's fine, except you are going to click the right bit. Group with this. And you are going to be Stortford Grand Central. Hooray for Stortford Grand Central. Many hoorays. Right, down to the other end of the line. Let's do the same at Eastwood. And then I'll also make sure that we've got at least 2 passenger services. We already have at Eastwood. I don't know about Stortford yet, but I'll have a look at it. Let's have a look. Where are we going to go? We could come up here. It bypasses that, which is clearly quite a busy section. Does bypass that. I don't really want to. But, you know, needs must. In order to get a Grand Central up, and I don't want to back up on myself because that's rubbish. Right, let's bulldoze you. But I still want an equivalent of that stop because it's a nice high trafficy kind of area. So we'll stick it there instead. Right. Bring up the route. This isn't Stortford, this is Eastwood. Okay, so we come out of the drive, add a station, which is Manor Road, add another station, which is Church Lane, which it already is. I'm not convinced. Or am I convinced? I think it might be convinced because we've just moved the stop up the road and put it on the other side of the road. And there's people waiting there already. Alright, that looks like it's worked. Let's group these bad boys together. I know you like being called bad boys, I'm sure. Eastwood, Grand Central. Eastwood Wood, Grand Central. Okay, excellent. Smashing. So that's another 2 towns kind of ready for the future. Let's have a quick look at Maryport and make sure that the queuing situation isn't out of hand. 1 train just departing, 1 just arrived. Oh no! Oh, drama. 2 trying to get in at the same time. This is what I was somewhat expecting, but equally somewhat hoping it didn't happen. Was okay, this station can't handle all 4 trains on a single piece of track, so redevelopment of Maryport is going to become a priority pretty quickly. I need to think about it in terms of, I mean, I think I should probably just go for a 4-platform station here immediately, even if I end up then making it so that each service can come in on its own platform. There's no real harm in that. But I think rather than building something else that I'm only going to delete later on, I think it's going to be better off to make the big spend now. Yeah. And that's something for the next episode, I think. And then we'll look at... yeah, so I think the next 2 big projects, and of course, it depends on what the finances look like at the time. The next 2 big projects are going to be upgrading Maryport Station. You never know, we might get... I've not looked ahead, as it were. I've not done any research. So there may well be a new engine that appears while we're in the next couple of episodes, which makes it more sensible to upgrade the engines to be faster, which will help profitability as well. In which case we'll probably expand into 2 other kind of close together sections that we want to link further in the playthrough. Oh, I see, you get priority, do you? Look, Clay's still banging 36 and you're bringing... oh, okay, 47, right, you have priority. Yeah, so that's objective 1. Objective 2 will be to bust through this mountain somehow, and that's going to depend on being able at least once to be able to have a double track tunnel. So tune in for that, because me trying to build a double track tunnel is always hilarious. If, you know, utter failure and someone gradually losing their mind is something that amuses you. Thanks very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure, and this has been Train Fever, an episode of much celebration as our coal carts have arrived at their destination. Tune in next time, leave a like, leave a subscribe, and I will catch you before you know it. Thanks very much for watching. Cheerio.